Hi there, team. Let's get started working on the nerves of the lower limb. Okay, so luckily this is a really short section, so yay. So let's start out here by looking at a couple of the big nerves or kind of the main players here. So starting out, we have the sciatic nerve, and it's actually the only one in this photo that you cannot see. So we will come to that one later. The sciatic nerve is going to be coming off of the spinal segments of L4, L5, S1, S2, and S3. So that's going to be creating the sciatic nerve. And remember, all of these are kind of in close association or part of the lumbosacral plexus. So you can review those segments also along with this material. So now we have the femoral nerve, and the femoral nerve is going to be coming off of L2 through L4, and actually the same thing for the obturator nerve, which is going to be the other big player here. But the femoral nerve is going to be innervating the anterior thigh muscles. So the anterior thigh muscles, right, and the thigh is going to be the part of the lower limb that is like of the femur, I guess. So anterior, it's going to be working on like those quads and everything to be acting on the knee and the hip. So that's the femoral nerve coming out right here, and it really branches into a ton of little branches. And then the obturator nerve, again, coming from L2 through L4. And that's going to be acting to innervate the medial thigh muscles. So you can also think of that as like the either, like I said, the medial thigh or the adductor groups, right? Because we know that like our adductor magnus, all of those big guys in here are going to be working to adduct the limb, right? If this is midline, it's going to be working to pull the limb medially. So that will be the function of the obturator nerve. All right, and then kind of continuing on here, remember I said that we have the sciatic nerve. So it's going to be actually starting up, just coming out of the pelvis. And it's going to be coming down, traveling down. This is the femur, and this is a posterior view, right, of the lower limb. So the sciatic nerve is going to be traveling down. And then the sciatic nerve is actually going to be bifurcating here into the common peroneal or fibular, whichever you prefer to call it, and the tibial nerve. And so I gave you a little diagram here. I made this just of like where each of them goes and what each of them does. So again, the sciatic nerve, it's going to be throwing out some little branches as it goes down, but then the main branches that it terminates into are the tibial nerve and then the common fibular or peroneal nerve. And the tibial nerve is going to be working to innervate the posterior leg muscles, posterior leg, so that could include like the gastrocnemius or the soleus muscles, right? So that's posterior leg. And then the common fibular nerve is going to be doing the anterior and lateral leg muscles because we don't really have anything truly on the medial side here. Some of the muscles kind of like their bellies may bulge out to appear like they're medially, but there aren't really a lot of true medial muscles there. So we have the common peroneal nerve then bifurcating again into the deep peroneal nerve and the superficial peroneal nerves. So the superficial peroneal nerve is going to do the lateral leg muscles. So you can see it kind of coming right here and staying laterally, just running along that fibula. And then the deep peroneal is actually going to be curving to go anteriorly, so kind of out of our view here, but that's going to be working to innervate the anterior leg muscles. And so then you can also infer from these locations or the muscles that they innervate. So the lateral leg muscles are going to be working to evert the foot, right? If this is medial, because the tibia is always medial, and this is lateral, then the superficial peroneal nerve is going to be working to evert the foot. Think about that action and look it up if you can't picture it. And then finally, the deep peroneal nerve, if it's doing the anterior leg muscles, then that's actually going to be working to act on the front of the foot, so you can curl your foot upwards, okay? And that's actually it. So super short. Make sure you look up a bunch of different images for everything so you're really familiar with it. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and pretty please contact me if you'd like to go over anything. I can review any kind of material with you guys. It's whatever you need, but I would love to, have some of you reach out to me and we can go over whatever you'd like. Thank you.